All right, guys, we are here and we're about to share some exciting stuff tonight. I'm Robin Grigsby out of Sacramento, California, and I'm excited to be here to share with you a little bit about the dose and about our product that we've been sharing with so many people lately. I do right there. So it's okay. It's okay. It happens. So I'm excited. And one of my favorite things is, as you can see in my shirt, it's grateful. I'm very grateful that I get to be here tonight to share this with you and that I'm in a place in my life that I get this opportunity because I'll tell you about 17 years ago, I'm a hairstylist. I own a salon and I was super busy doing what I love. I'm a makeup artist. I travel all over and I was just enjoying working with people. And I suddenly came down with an autoimmune disease. And I went through a whole year of going to the doctors and I couldn't get any answers. And I had a friend who shared a solution to my challenge. And at the time, I was very skeptical and I wasn't really all that open into the wellness world. I thought the doctors could fix me. And after going to the doctor over a year, I learned that they weren't fixing me, which, it made me super desperate. And so I turned to her and I said, what can you do for me? And out of desperacy, she shared, all the things that the body does and wellness and how it takes time to heal. And you've got to provide it with the fundamental things so that it can build healthy cells. And so I dove in, took the products 17 years ago, and within 3.5 months, my hope was restored because I was back to normal and I couldn't believe what had happened to me. So when she shared with me that, hey, if you actually share your story with people, there's another side to this that might offset what you're spending on your product. Therefore, I was spending a lot of money on my wellness, and I had definitely felt the need to be able to afford what I was doing. And so when she shared with me, it was attached to a referral marketing business. It was attached to a business that rewards you for sharing your story and helping other people, offer them hope and give them the ability to also have the same that I did. Then I was earning an income from the company and I could not believe it. I was so surprised that I was able to afford not only wellness for myself, but my whole family. And that was 17 years ago. So I absolutely love this industry of referral marketing and sharing a story, sharing what has happened for you with other people. Just like a lot of you that are on today, somebody shared this with you. Somebody had an amazing story and they wanted to tell you about it. And because they told you about it, some of you that are here are wanting to know more about it, how this works for people and is this a real business? Is this a real product? Is this really making a difference? And so I have a short video for you. Oh, really quick, let me go back. Fast forward 17 years or 16 years later, 15 years later, I was introduced to the Happy Coffee. And ironically, I'm always seeking for better. I'm always looking for something that can improve my life. And I had some amazing friends, Mark and Judy Willitson, who happened to introduce me to this healthy coffee. And I'm a coffee snob, so I wasn't sure I was going to like it too much. And so when I got it, I actually flipped the bag around and I was like, what is Elevate and what is nootropics? And so I was really surprised that there was a coffee that was an instant coffee that I could actually like. So I was like, does this really taste like coffee? Is this really? So that was the first test. It needed to pass that it tastes like coffee, right? And it did. So when I tried it, I was super shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so good. It tastes so yummy. And then I actually Googled every single nootropic that's on the back of this bag. And what I found was there was amazing nootropics, these ingredients that help the body function at a high level. So this was a functional beverage. So now I took what my plain regular coffee could be that I enjoyed, but I turned it into something that actually elevated my life, that actually helped me have a better mood, that curbed my appetite, that, you know, I mean, there were so many things that this offered better than regular coffee. It was like, it was a no-brainer that I was going to switch my coffee to Elevate. And then I learned about the Xanthomax. And the Xanthomax is made from the hops plant, and it has turmeric in it. And this brings down inflammation in the body. This is our happy pill. And this actually is anti-aging. It's an amazing anti-agent. I have heard so many great stories, and you're going to hear some tonight on some testimonies, how this has helped people get out of pain. And it helps people feel super like calm. It helps anxiety. So these two together, they create what they call the dose. I love this cup. I got this cup from Randy, and I'm super happy about it because it's so pretty. So DOSE, and it looks like it might be backwards to you guys, DOSE. So dose. So we came up with the acronym DOSE because the coffee and the Xanthomax together helps the body produce these super happy hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And I don't know about you guys, but I know that when I eat chocolate and when I eat cake and when I eat those foods that make me happy at the moment, those release those dopamines in my brain. And I have a bit of a sweet tooth. So when I eat a meal, I would tend to always want to go have something sweet afterwards. And, or I'm an emotional eater. So I want to eat, I heard today earlier, this is so me. I want to eat when I'm happy and I want to eat when I'm sad. So either, don't matter, I want to eat. So I'm an emotional eater. I love when if I'm bored, I want to eat. You know, so these are the challenging times throughout the day. And when I found taking this product, I found not only was my mood better, not only did I feel motivated to do those things I typically don't want to do throughout the day, but I also felt not hungry in a way that the way I can explain it is like when somebody's sick, or if you have a cold, or, you know, when your stomach may get a little hungry throughout the day because we have to eat, right? So it gets hungry, but my brain wasn't wanting the foods that I typically would run after. And so there's certain foods that I was a little addicted to that I found that I wasn't craving. So it allows me to make those better choices. And so it doesn't matter what diet you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're following. You could be following Weight Watchers or keto. It doesn't really matter. This goes with any program that you're doing, because all it does is produce those happy hormones. So it satisfies the brain. The brain no longer is seeking for those certain foods to produce that happiness. I also have seen a lot of people where they are able to get away from things they're addicted to that's like really bad, like, you know, cigarettes and drugs and, you know, medicines that people are addicted to and all that stuff. You know, a lot of people have been able to move away from that, painkillers, because again, it helps the body produce those happy hormones, satisfies the brain. So I'm going to show a really quick video. So I'm going to see if I can shrink this down and do a screen share. Let's see. Don't want to stop recording. I want to share. So I just got this new laptop. So hopefully I have something down here, and I'm going to hit play, and hopefully it all works out just great.
Maybe the longest study in history, Harvard University has been studying happiness since 1938 in the ongoing Harvard Study of Adult Development. It's been tracking the lives of over 700 men and women for the past 77 years, and it's one of the most, if not the most, detailed and lengthy studies on happiness ever. The results are staggering and shows that happiness is not necessarily what you think. More recently, another Harvard alum and one of the world's leading experts on happiness is proving that happiness is an advantage. In fact, his research shows that happiness fuels success, not the other way around. We live in a time where there are more books being written on the subject of happiness than in the history of book writing. All of these studies, books, and research all seem to be coming to the same conclusion, and that is that happiness is really about two things: social connectivity and chemicals, and how our brain creates emotions via its network of neurotransmitters to release the chemicals or hormones that make us feel happy. Modern science, as well as neuroscience, the study of the brain, have known for some time now what these chemicals and hormones are. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Let's call these our positive neurochemicals. When your brain releases one or more of these neurochemicals, you feel good. As humans, we're always looking for ways to turn on these happy chemicals. Introducing DOSE. DOSE is the way to a happier, healthier you. DOSE is led by the world's first nootropic-infused instant coffee, along with xanthocumol. Combined, they are capable of getting your brain to release all four of these positive neurochemicals at the same time. Imagine being able to elevate your mood, feel more connected, have longer-lasting energy, and feel more focus and clarity. Well, now you can. It begins with one of the most unique coffees in the world today, Elevate Brew. It's a functional beverage that can replace your current coffee or be added to it. Either way, its nootropic formulation includes natural and botanical ingredients that will elevate your mood and help stimulate those positive neurochemicals. Next, our bioavailable xanthocumol has over 300 research articles showing so many benefits to the human body that they're calling it the master molecule. However, the biggest breakthrough from this molecule that comes from the hops plant is that it's the only natural ingredient on Earth that will tell your body to release its own oxytocin, commonly referred to as the hormone of happiness. These two incredible products combined is what we call DOSE. Now, for the first time ever, you can stimulate your neurotransmitters to release all four of the positive neurochemicals that will make you feel better, feel more socially connected, and most of all, elevate your happiness. So if you are ready to gain the happiness advantage and become more productive with a greater sense of well-being and elevate your life, get your dose of happiness today.
All right. So, I was just reading a little book about coffee, and it was interesting because it says honeybees stick their tongues into coffee flowers to collect nectar. That nectar contains low dose of caffeine, so even honeybees like coffee. So we have a huge market here to share our amazing cup of happiness. And what I want to do right now is I would like to bring on someone to share their little testimony of what this has done for them. This is my favorite part because I get to hear so many amazing stories, and this is what inspires me to continue to keep sharing to everybody. I don't know if Anthony Graves is still on. Anthony, you raised your hand and said you would share, and I know you're at work. So if you're there, I would love to hear your story. We would all love to hear your story.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Hi, Anthony.
Hi, how are you doing?
Awesome. Would you just share a little bit about, I know you're new and you just learned about this, but share how you found out about it and a little bit of what it's done for you.
Well, so I had just recently joined a CBD company, and I wasn't really feeling the results, so I saw a friend of mine. I'm originally from Vermont, and now I live in North Carolina. So I saw my friend posting about this happy coffee, and of course I watched it for a little while. And I know that she's super careful about what she puts into her body. I actually met her through high school, and then years ago we both did Visalis together. And she makes a lot of her products at home, yada yada. She does like goat milk stuff and cheese and so on. So I knew that she was very careful about what she puts into her body. So I was like, okay, she's got my interest enough. I'm not feeling results from the CBD. Let me give it a try. So I reached out to her, and I got my first month's worth. That it came within a few days. And I like coffee. I drink it black because I like the taste. So, and like I said, I'm a busy paramedic, so coffee is life sometimes. So I wanted to put it to the test to see if the taste was really good because, like I said, I love coffee. So I tried it, and I was like, this is really good because a lot of, like, supplements that I've tried in the past, they have that different taste to them, whether it's gritty or whether it's bitter or whatever. And I drink it, and I was like, wow, this actually tastes pretty good. And so I text my friend, and I was like, the only bad thing about this coffee so far is like when the cup is empty. So at first I wasn't really noticing the difference. I mean, coffee gives you a boost anyway, whether it's in a store or whatever. So I wasn't really noticing the difference, but then I had kind of like the light bulb moment as I was talking with you guys the other day. Hang on, let me turn this radio down. It's not us, so I don't really care. So in 2016, I met someone. Long story short, we started dating. She had a son who was 3 at the time. He's now 6, well, going to be 6 next month. I'm still part of his life, even though she and I broke up. We don't mix at all. It's like oil and water, which is fine. I still have him. He still has me. So I noticed a difference the other day when we were having the discussion, and I won't get into details about what we were discussing, but normally it would always turn into an argument, always. And I'm generally a fairly pretty calm person. That's why I'm a good paramedic. But with her, it's always a fight, regardless. We could talk about the weather, and it would be a fight somehow, some way. We all have that one person in our life. I know we do. So, and she said something to me, and normally it would have been like to get me to react. I normally would have reacted, but I didn't feel the need to like engage with her. I just kind of like respectfully ignored her for my own peace and happiness. So the fact that I was able to do that after over like almost 3 years of her being in my life was kind of like my light bulb moment. Was like, okay, this tastes good, and it's giving me additional like calmness compared to my already like calm personality. So more mental clarity, more focus. So being able to stay calm but having energy plus staying focused is huge for what I do for work.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Anthony. I know that you're busy at work, and you still took the time out to hop on here to share your story. You know, I love how this has helped you. I know you're going to help so many other people when you share this with others, and appreciate you and your story. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So I also would like to bring on Nephi, and he is from he's from New Zealand. You could tell us what time it is there from you, Nephi, but Nephi found out about this product. We just recently opened up in New Zealand, and super excited for you, Nephi, to be able to hop on. What time is it there for you right now? You're like hours ahead of us.
Hi guys, yeah, my name's Nephi, and I'm from New Zealand. Right now the time is about 1:20 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Awesome. So it is what day there for you? It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, sorry, it's Friday. Yeah,
Friday. Yeah. So thank you for hopping on, Nephi. Share with us really quickly, like what this has done for you so far. I know you're relatively new. You just got the product like what, a week ago? But I know you were excited to get it. You heard about it, and now we launched there. So share a little bit of your experience.
Yeah, I was introduced to Happy Coffee from my good mate Ken, who lives in Western Australia. I got my product, I think it was around the 26th of July. But I didn't really start using it until about the 1st of August. So today is about a week. I've been using, I've chosen to drink the chocolate because I'm not a coffee drinker myself. So I've taken on the chocolate, and a week on this has been an amazing experience, because just like anyone else that's taken this product, it's just given me symptoms I've never really experienced before, like the clarity of the mind and the elevation of the mood, and just curbing of my appetite, because I'm a big eater. Being from New Zealand, we tend to love our food, and you know the food here is quite delicious. So I sort of, that's been my downfall, is just eating too much. So I jumped on this and started using the chocolate, and yeah, I've been loving it ever since.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. Thank you for bringing that up, Nephi, with the chocolate. I didn't even mention that. And that's the one thing that I love about what we offer is if someone doesn't like coffee, then we have the chocolate to deliver the nootropics. And, you know, what's ironic though, a lot of times people who don't like coffee end up trying this coffee and they love it. And some of it is, you know what, they just want to get it in their body because they want to feel the benefits. So a lot of times people would have taken the coffee and put it into a chocolate at home. So that's how some people were drinking it. But I have learned that people who don't like coffee, they still love this and they love the benefits. And we do have the chocolate to offer. So I love that. And it's super yummy. You can have it cold, you can have it hot, you can put it in protein shake. I mean, it still gives you those benefits of the happy hormones. And it's a great alternative. So thank you for bringing that up. And thank you for sharing your story. I'm super excited for you and your mom. I know that your mom is taking the product as well. Gail is loving it and she's excited to share with a lot of people too. So I'm happy for you guys. Really quickly too, we have Ken from Australia and it looks like we have another, I think I've seen her. Maybe where's she at? I don't see her now. I thought Natalie was on here from Australia too. But Australia.
I'm here.
Hi.
Hello.
hello. I'm excited.
Having calls at this time is so much better for us. We can
I know, you guys, it's super cold there right now. And I'm glad that you're able to hop on the phone too. We have been delivering there, but then we kind of had to leave, and then now we're trying to get in there legally to Australia. And I know there's a lot of Australians that have the product. They're actually buying. They could buy as a customer. We had to put a hold on the dose. They're anxiously waiting for the dose. I know, Natalie, you've tried it. You've been in America. Maybe you can share a little bit of what you felt when you tried it. And I know you're anxiously waiting for it to get there as well.
I also get friends that come to visit to bring it across.
Right.
So
these people get resourceful here. Like they're going to have this stuff one way or another.
And it's funny because it's like every 3 months, another one of my American friends come to visit conveniently. And I have to stock up. So when I first tried it, so I obviously, you probably know, so I used to be a fitness model. I used to do a lot of training and I used to take a lot of pre-workouts and different supplements and things like that. When I started taking the Happy Coffee, it did definitely make a shift. But one of the biggest things that I had when I stopped competing was I got the end of comp blues, and it's kind of like a depressing state of mind once you've been so super fit and had abs for days, and then you start eating normal food and then you start to bloat and you start to get bigger and people don't tell you how awesome you look every minute of the day. So you do start getting a form of depression. So the Happy Coffee definitely helped me get out of that mindset. I did, so in the competitive world, we call it a blowout. So once you finish competing and you have to go back to normal life, you don't have goals, you don't have things to work towards, and you end up getting really depressed. So I actually started to blow out, and that's when Shah introduced me to the coffee. So I was going through breakup, doing all of this, doing all of the worst things that happen at the same time, and that's when I started taking the coffee. So it was really good for me to kind of get back on track. I don't have it every day, and because I obviously need to take little small bouts of it so that it lasts a long time, and I've still got 1 tub left, and Shah's coming to Australia in a month, so how exciting. Thank you, Shah, in advance. And yeah, so I do have to like take it in little increments, but yeah, so it's kept me on, like, kept my mindset in a better state of mind, I guess. And it's allowed me to not put on substantial amounts of weight after competitive training and competitive eating, to my everyday life, which is completely stressful. So another thing, the reason why I'm on the call today is because I resigned from my job.
Yeah.
So I've been working at the same firm for 10 years, and I've resigned with nowhere to go. So I'm trying to get a little bit more on the calls so that I can get a little bit more motivation to try and do the selling and the business side, because now I don't have anything else to do in the next 4 weeks. So that's where I'm at.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Elaine. And I know you're a rock star. Like, you're an amazing, strong woman, independent, super smart. Like, you will do amazing at sharing this because you're a real person. People love you. They trust you. And when you share something, they listen. So you're going to do amazing. This is really just simple. I mean, we do have an opportunity with this, right? That's what's so awesome about it is we're really a personal development type company with a paycheck attached to it. And and my dogs just want to bark right now because my husband's not watching them. So anyway, so, you know, I love that we get to be the best version of ourselves here. And we have an amazing vehicle to do so. And having a product that changes people's lives is the funnest thing to work with. Like, when you can just have a cup of coffee with someone and watch them in 15 minutes, like, change, like their face changes, their eyes light up, and they're like, what the heck did I just drink? Like, I feel amazing. That's my funnest part is when I get to be there and they're actually drinking it and watch them transform. So, you know, I would like to bring on Ken. Ken is also from Australia. He has not yet got to even try the dose, but why I'm bringing him on is because he is opportunist. He's an entrepreneur. And he is experienced in the industry of referring products that are amazing. He heard something about this. He caught on to the vision. He was able to tap into a lot of the field and see what is going on over here. What's so special? What's so unique? So if you are experienced in this industry and you're on tonight, I really would like you to hear what Ken has to share because it's pretty amazing. Hey, Ken.
Hey guys, yeah, look, I'm living in Australia, but I'm originally from New Zealand, and Nephi was one of the guys from New Zealand that I brought on. I've been in an industry now for 12 years, you know, with a sum total of all our experiences. We have many highs and we have many lows, and, you know, failure becomes your greatest coach, and, you know, you're forever learning and you're learning new things. And what I found after going full circle, and seeing so many different business opportunities out there, and a lot of them look the same, but they kind of just refurnish it and just move the couch there and move the table here, but it's pretty much the same. So I love simplicity because you find that within this industry, you can be busy, but not effective. And so when I started to look into this business opportunity, I saw how effective it could be because of the power of simplicity. And just listening to Robin speak about the compensation plan and the new changes, that's going to make people who are just average people experience faster success because of the compensation plan, because you don't have to have the hassle of trying to balance out your legs as much, because you can kind of focus on one leg. And I've never heard that before. I'm really excited about it and the potential of, you know, average people experiencing fast track success, like what's already happening. And that's kind of caught my eye as well, because, you know, being in an industry for a little while, you don't see, despite the sound bites that are out there, you don't see, you know, leaders and their team winning as much, and that's why they jump from one opportunity to the next. And what I've been witnessing is the you know, real people. My friends, we jumped over from another opportunity into this one, and they were great entrepreneurs. They were very skilled, and they knew what they were doing, but they weren't experiencing the success like they want to, and their teams were dropping off. But what I've watched them over the last, you know, year or so, and how they're ranked really quick, and now their team's winning, I mean, that to me speaks volumes, because it's about, you know, proven results. Now, I also want to try the products, and I haven't as of yet, because I've just come out of a brain tumor. I've overcome it. I've been through, I understand addiction because I used to be a binge drinker as an alcohol. So when you have a product that's more of a need than a want, a need in the means of it's an addictive product where it becomes a need to those who love coffee and your coffee lovers. And that's why I really loved it, because that's why you see that it's the second highest trading commodity. And so it pretty much sells itself. And what I loved also when Robin was speaking is about where the company's going as far as, attraction marketing, where you've got a product that sells itself, is creating great momentum, but you can pretty much just brand yourself and sell it. So you're not wasting time and energy on everything else, where you're buying softwares, you're buying programs, you're buying unnecessary stuff, but you can be so effective following a model, having great leadership that you're aligned to, and the integrity and, within the opportunity. So if you're a newbie and you're searching for an opportunity, I can tell you this much. I mean, I've seen a lot, and I'm maybe not as long as everybody else, but what I've seen in this business model, it'll work for you and it'll work for your team. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to learn off you guys. And I mean, I love the fact that they had a welcome call. I've been in so many Zooms, but we've never had a welcome call where you can feel part of a family, and really, I think that's what it's really about, and where you can help the little people. This is an opportunity for the little people, not just the big people, so when you've got an opportunity that serves everybody, that's a big attraction to me. And so, I encourage you, if you're looking at, joining this business opportunity, I recommend it.
Thank you so much, Ken. I appreciate you hopping on and sharing. That's one of the things about this is, we have our ratio of customers. It's like, I don't know, 12-1. It's like an abundance of customers. And we have so many customers that love this product and just take it as a customer. Although I do see a huge value in being able to make a business decision and taking this product as a business. Because what's unique about that is most people don't know that, when you have a home-based business, you get the opportunity to live through it. You get tax write-offs. You get to write off the fact that you're drinking this coffee, and the expenses that go along with it, you get to write off. So no matter what, it's a win-win. Like, people can be a customer and win because they're going to feel better. They're going to look better. They're going to do more. They're going to take less naps. I mean, the incredible stories that are coming from these products is just endless, and it's so inspiring. I want to bring on one more guest tonight, and her name is Janie. I met her recently in an investment program. Her husband's amazing. They're in real estate. She's a hospice nurse. I'm hoping she's still on. I'm going to unmute her phone because I think I muted it earlier. And maybe you have to unmute, Janie. I think you have to unmute your phone. Yeah.
Hey, I can't hear you very well unless I have it on the car. And when I have it in the car, it thinks I'm driving even though I'm not. And it says it's making me safe by not showing the video. Can you see
That's
me?
okay. Yeah, it's okay. We can just hear you, and that's fine too. I seen you.
You can hear me? Because I can barely hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. My name is Janie.
There you go. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Janie, and I've been taking the coffee for about, 2 weeks is all. And I'm a nurse for 24 years now, very interested in health, very interested in having people feel their best. And I have been feeling just not myself, not good for, 5 or 10 years. I don't know how long. It's been a while. My family's very into health things, green drinks, and every product out there. Try this, try that. I just still didn't feel good. And I met Robin. She gave me a sample. I had heard about this before, so I was anxious to try it. And by the third day, I just could tell, like, whatever my body was missing, this is what it was. And so I'm super excited about it. I'm sharing it, and I just have energy. I used to hardly be able to get out of bed. I was crotchety and achy like an old person, and that's gone. I go to the gym every day. I find myself singing you know, as I go about my work, and just acting in ways that I forgot that I used to be like, really, because it's been so long. So for me, I'm in love with it. I must have it, and I must tell everyone about it because I want them to feel good too.
Thank you so much, Janie. You know, when I met Janie, it was really crazy because she looked so much like a girlfriend of mine that passed away from cancer. And I was staring at her and I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so much like my friend Janie. And then I went to talk to her and we were talking. We were talking about the coffee and she had heard it before. And she, you know, I gave her a sample and I looked down and her name tag said Janie. And I was like, oh my goodness, your name is not Janie. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you look just like my friend Janie. And it was really kind of trippy actually. So, but you know, Janie's a hospice nurse and she was sharing, like when she texted me 3 days later, and it was the most beautiful text. It's the funnest thing about this is when you get these amazing texts from people that it's changed their life and what they say and how happy they are. And thank you for sharing this with me. And she deals with depressed people all the time. She deals with sick people. She deals with people who she has to be there to manage their emotions. And that's really hard on her, but also all the people she comes in contact with. You know, she was sharing with me in the text that, you know, all these people are getting put on antidepressants and drugs and it's just covering up all this, but it's really not fixing it. So what I love about our product, it's natural. What I love about it is when you drink it, it allows the body to produce more of its own dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And what I love is that when you want to share this with people because you want to make a difference in the world, you know, you get rewarded for it. And that it's attached to a platform that allows you to increase your lifestyle income and allows some people to have peace in finance, an area that we also are sick in. You know, so many of us are sick because we're depressed and we're sad and we're dealing with the bills and we're dealing with our daily lives, where we could take a product that not only can uplift us and elevate us from inside out, but then a company can reward you to where you can actually live a lifestyle that you deserve to live before leaving this earth. So with that being said, I want to say to you all, please get back to the person that shared this with you. I promise you, like, you won't regret trying it. You won't regret taking that step forward. And whatever you wish to do with this, if you wish to be a customer, great. If you wish to do this as a hobby and share it part-time and just make it something fun, be a part of something greater, be a part of a mission, a purpose, and join us in this army of creating happiness in the world. I mean, if that's what you want to be a part of, great. And if you want to do this and change your lifestyle income, replace your job, or make an extra income to be able to travel a little more, to be able to have more time with your family, more freedom, retire early, you make a actually put towards retirement. Whatever those needs are, we have found that this is doing it. This is helping people, and it's simple. It's just a cup of coffee. So thank you guys for all plugging in this evening, and for you in New Zealand, this day, or and in Australia, the day. So we appreciate all of you hopping on, sharing your stories. Hopefully you found this super helpful, and we will be having another opportunity Zoom Sunday night, and it's with Shar Garcia, and she's super amazing. I'm excited for her to share the opportunity. So please just, you know, invite the people that wasn't here tonight. We will have this recorded. You can request to send it out to the people that maybe couldn't make it tonight, and see y'all another time. Have a happy the rest of your day.